Hello everyone, my name is Mitz. Here we are back at Higurashi When They Cry. So we are finally going into the finale for this game, Chapter 12. And, Mian was lying to us this whole time. Lily pretended to be Shion over the phone. And I actually went back to re-listen to those phone calls like, every single night that I'm quote-unquote Shion called, and literally a lot of dialogue I can now see can be interpreted as literally just double entendres. Literally just I'm gonna ask a question like very pointedly, like every single time like they're talking back and forth. It always seems like that Shion is gauging information from Keiichi almost every time. Well, also can just be seen as just like I'm sort of suspicious of you, but like, and that just takes on a whole other different meaning. Plus, with Mion like going on the whole tirade of literally just by the end of it, just blaming Sadako for just existing around Enrika, and just blaming the whole entire curse on her. Holy shit! She kills her friends. She kills her her sister, and Lily just gaslighting and manipulating one of her best friends. And if she's meant to be the big bad for the whole series, then like that means like in some level it makes me think that she hits in the Reina too, like the first chapter, and make her go crazy against Keiichi. Oh boy, oh boy, oh. And also just one detail which I was just going through things again. It kind of makes sense now looking back on I guess the murders, I guess the Oyashiro Sama's curse. That there was that one guy who like said he murdered someone for he murdered Sadako's aunt, sister-in-law for her parents. The guy has a history with psychostimulants, and I looked into that a bit more, and like it does coincide well with Sonozaki's family's like talk, or at least how Oishi brought up like the rumors of like an opium poppy like production. But that can also go to opium, like literally just maybe the guy was like pinned for the blame of it just to get more drugs, or but like it doesn't make sense why you go into jail and still think that and still think you would get all that back. Or literally, if that guy didn't do the murders at all, he could have been on meth. They never exactly say what the guy was on. The police captured only on psychostimulants, and meth qualifies for anything like that. And I also looked into that. The symptoms for like a lot of with a lot of heavy usage of it is literally just paranoia, psychosis, and seeing just vivid hallucinations and all that. So literally your experience in reality is fractured. And you will have like absolute delusions of like persecution and just delusion and stuff like that. It can go very debilitating. So like I'm trying to think like either the guy literally just overused it and then decided like go on a little like killed Sadako's like aunt and all that, or the Sonozakis maybe like use it to their advantage to like get rid of it. Like there's also seems to be like weird pointed things of like every single person involved who's dead like has something like against the damn project, which is made crystal clear. And also just realize that every time that the couple in the who fell off a handrail thing, I always imagined that was in a hotel and not in a park platform. Actually, I never realized that until going back through it again. I keep glossing over those small details. Like my gosh, I have absolutely no idea. Just going to this final chapter exactly how it's all going to conclude because they're both they have to tie up with the police with them. Oishi like trying to get Keiichi to snap under pressure and like actually talk, and Mion they have to conclude that all in this one chapter, or else they're continuing on. Okay, hi mom. Keiichi, Keiichi, just leave him alone. He's in depressive mode. Oh my god, he's probably like just completely just broken by this point. Like oh boy, instead of like the first chapter where I feel like you can't trust anyone. Second chapter, it feels like you can't trust anyone except for this one person. Oh, and you realize the very second you were talking to them, you realize someone's lying to you this whole time about it, and you can't trust anyone. And now you just can't trust pretty much anyone. Now you have And one of your friends wants to kill you or just gaslighting you this whole time. Yay, fun times. I'm pretty sure. I don't blame him. Well, just leave him alone. His friends went missing. Must be really hard for him. Normally my dad never shows me any consideration. This time he did. I'm pretty sure it'd be way too cold if anyone didn't. Shouldn't Keiichi stay home from school for a while too? I think it would be safe not to go until the police do something about this. Maybe. Compared to what could happen, taking a few days off wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh yeah, I just realized. You guys are, you parents are actually home this time. Oh my gosh, what has the butterfly effect done to make you, like, stay home for a single night? Or, like, get home back early? Oh my gosh. Anyway, how is it logical to close school during such a dangerous situation? Oh yeah, someone might have gone missing over the night. Or they're taking a small break to give paranoia to Keiichi, yay. Did I say Keiichi? God damn it. What do those teachers think our children are? Soldiers, apparently. I mean, if the club is anything to go by, that's a trickery and all that. Mom and Dad were getting pretty riled up. At this point, I couldn't care less. Besides, that wasn't the only thing I couldn't care less about. The breakfast table, the food in front of me, the time and date, myself. I really had no interest in anything. This feeling, it's like a dead fog in my mind. I feel like getting dizzy after taking strong medication. Oh, are you talking about brain fog? God, I've experienced that way too often, god damn it. Keiichi, how are your studies going? Fine. You've gone further than the other kids, haven't you? You have, then you can take a few days off, alright? I didn't even feel like answering. Okay. Today was Thursday. Only 4 days had passed since the Watanagashi festival. Such a short time, yet now things were completely different. Everything had changed. The tranquil village, bright and clear as if it were an Indian summer, had undergone a total reversal. People were made to disappear every night, and we couldn't even relax when walking on broad daylight. The village had become a world of fear. I had no right to curse this outcome. After all, the one responsible for everything was me. Again? Stop it. Stop it. Don't lapse into another depressive episode, please. That night, I couldn't resist my honestly tiny, little, incredibly stupid curiosity and broke the taboo. At least at this point, like, Oishi doesn't seem he wants to arrest you for trespassing, but he just wants to find any means necessary just to get a warrant inside. And if the motive really is because everyone broke into the storehouse, like, I can't think of another good reason as to why, like, Mion would, like, kill her own sister. Because, like, Lily, she's not even on the the power pole, really. It's always just, the oldest. Yeah. This isn't somewhere we should be going, is it? Let's not. It's a crime to force your way into a locked building, even if you don't steal anything. Shion, now that you know they weren't having some secret rendezvous, you've had enough, right? I don't want to do something like this. What if Rikichan's dance ends while we're messing around here? I prowled on as I took the lock from Tomataki's hands and put it back in the door. I'll forget everything I saw here, so come on. Let's go. Let's go. Takano-san was fretting. I pushed her away. Tomataki-san grinned painfully. Shion's shoulder drooped as if to call me an idiot. Even so, I didn't care. I pushed everyone farther and farther away. Riki-chan's dance was still going on. Then at last, her dance was brought to a close with a roaring applause. Wow, you missed it. I, too, until my hands turned red. I clapped, and I clapped. Oh, it's Reina. Mom, Dad, tell her we're busy. Isn't that Reina-chan? She's here because of your Yumina time, isn't she? I looked up at the clock. It was 5 minutes past my time to meet with Reina. Yay, again. Keiichi, shouldn't you take a few days off from school? You're right. Thanks for being so considerate. How's this all gonna be if you're gonna stay at home and your parents are gonna be here? I swear to God if they leave again. I swear to God. I rose from my seat. I went to the entrance to greet Reina. Oh, it's not her. Okay, no, never mind. It is okay. I was gonna do fake out stuff. Good morning. We're gonna school as a group starting today. A group? Oh, are you gonna be by yourself or like anyone else? So you can't be late. Ah, that's right. If we, the ones farthest away, were to be late, the other kids in the way there would be waiting for us. I think I'm gonna take some time off from school. Okay. She answered shortly, nodding. I think you should do whatever's best for you, Keiichi-kun. So you don't need to feel that you're weak or anything. Oh, and here. It's a notice they're sending around. Could you give it to your mom? I think it's a lot of important announcements in it. I took the notice. There are a lot more pages than normal. Oh my gosh, there's now an entire booklet of here's curfew and all that. Oh my lord. The one on top announced the disappearance of the mayor, Rikichan, and Sadako, and they wanted any information about them. Made my heart ache. Literally, like, no matter what, because she lived in the next town, you would never learn if she went missing unless it was for Oishi. My god. Man. And I don't really blame the Keiichi, like, buckled and, like, asked him at the point, because that's a lot to handle when you're that young, too. But still. I just like thinking of different ways of how you can handle it, though. The police are looking as best they can, too. They'll find them for sure. Just be patient. Okay? Reina said, smiling in an attempt to give me courage. Rather than that, though, her smile looked like it was because she herself wanted to believe they were safe. Reina, you're not gonna question me? Oh, you want her to now, so you can curse her as well? Nope. Reina, you know, don't you? About that night, do you mean when you snuck into the ritual storehouse? Pretty much everyone knows this point, really. I was speechless for a moment, but I bit my lip, made up my mind, and nodded a little. So it's all on the open. Really, I shouldn't do bad things like that. Michan was really mad. Oh, really? I only could detect a mild annoyance on her, and that piercing glare afterwards it happened. So she was upset. I suppose she would have been. I don't think she was as angry about you sneaking in there, though. Elaborate. As much as about you hiding it from her. Oh. Literally... Oh, so literally just mostly just, is this whole group literally just, people just do not like secrets? At the very least, you keep secrets away from Keiichi? Okay, then. Wow, this sounds so fucking hypocritical after the first chapter, but maybe Keiichi-kun, maybe you should have told her yourself and apologized. I should have told her myself and apologized. That trolled me. Just 1 week ago, I did something that I myself should apologize to Mion for. I'm still curious as to why you're talking about Mion so lightly now, based on what you know that Shion is gone. Are you that still confused about Shion and Mion's mix-up? Oh my lord. I'd hurt her badly. Because you didn't get a toy? Oh, that's the perfect way to start a conversation there. I know you killed your sister. But before you just say that, just like hand her over a toy, the same toy you bought, like Shion, just like walk in like to school and like hand the doll to her, just like, I know what you did. Pettiness. Yeah. However, I hadn't realized that at all. Plus, with all the confusion that Shion's appearance had brought, I still hadn't been able to talk to Mion about it. Reina, you're right. I never realize anything until you tell me. Keiichi-kun, hypothetically, if you had admitted you'd done something wrong right away and apologized to Michan, I wonder if Rikichan and Sadako-chan wouldn't have had to disappear. What does that mean? No, what exactly? What do you think? What are you trying to imply there? I don't like. It's literally just like If everyone in the whole village already knows about it, what does him, like, saying out loud that he definitely did do it basically prove anyway to change what happened? If everyone in the village already knows anyway, the rumors already circulated, Oishi basically and the police already saw, like, all of them together, and if the police saw them together, the four of them, coming from the storehouse, then other people should have as well, coming down the steps to the river stream. Other people should have saw that too. So why do they need to kill or just, like, go and kidnap, like, Rika and then by proxy, Sadako, just to know what was in the warehouse or anything like that? That's just... No, I don't agree with that at all. And I'm still on the fence about, like, the whole thing about the soy sauce thing. Like, just how it's all labeled, because, like, if the whole thing was true about Rika, like, going to, like, get, like, you know, soy sauce from a neighbor, but, like, and then they grabbed her, and they waited for Sadako to come as well, then why do they need to have Sadako as well? Oh god, is it literally just, like, a whole thing of interrogation? Oh god, like, stealing, like, just kidnapping Sadako just to also, like, get as much info as possible from Rika by, harming Sadako? Oh god. That's the only reason I can think of as to why they'll kidnap her too. And basically, Mion's conversation on the phone basically implied that, everyone is goddamn dead by this point. Literally, to Keiichi's, you know, face on the phone anyway, you know what I mean. I couldn't admit to that. Wasn't Reina telling me right now, though, that I should admit to my crimes sooner? Lily, here's the thing, no, now I'm actually getting worried that this is, like, some weird roundabout manipulation tactic now. Because, like, it was, like, first chapter, like, aside, again, why would Lily, you, like, telling the whole world and the police, like, change exactly why they would kidnap Rika in any capacity? Why would that affect her? Oh yeah, another thing. I also listened to Rika's, like, conversation with Keiichi too. Like, I glossed over and forgot about it during the conversation because of the code word thing, trying to figure that out as it was going on. But literally, Keiichi stumbled upon Rika behind the school, like, by the sheds, and she fallen down. Was, like, and Mion wasn't anywhere in the class at the time, so was Mion literally just interrogating her and attacking her? And then left when Keiichi was coming around? It could also explain why Rika actually started speaking in code words, everything like that, by the end. Like, through the whole conversation, if you thought, like, Mion was still around to listen in. And then the only few times, like, she literally, like, broke, I guess, code name stuff is literally just bringing up Tontaki and Takano. That was the only time she broke code. The only time. I feel like that could be how to interpret that as well. I should have admitted to my crimes sooner. If I had done that and apologized, would things not have gone such a horrible direction? No. It doesn't really matter if you did it or not, just from this point. Unless there's some very big butterfly effect, which we can't see right now. But based on everything that's happened so far to you, Keiichi, I don't think you're just you, like, spilling your guts out to the police have anything to do. Again, the police in the village already know. Reina's eyes are filled with kindness. They weren't naive enough to forgive me for keeping silent. I stared fixedly into my own. The only thing I can think of is, like, the whole crying thing is really just atonement for sins. But, like, that just goes along to just, like, curse for you anyway. If people are trying to, like, you did, like, you broke a taboo, you must die. Because, again, that doesn't mean Riko's at fault for it. The only thing she was at fault for in that whole situation was really just changing the law just to make her own job easier. A job which basically basically just the rituals of the village and practices all around allow her to do so. Her doing all of that doesn't break the taboo at all. Sadako doesn't go into the storehouse at all, and she lives with Rika. So it doesn't really matter. It's the same kind of thing with the mayor. The only thing that changes is that oh, you were sort of related to the break in the storeroom? Oh, too bad. Gotta go die. No. Yeah, you're right. If I admitted my crimes sooner, then Rika-chan and Sadako wouldn't have had to die and disappear. What the? Smack! The palm of his hand slapped me in the cheek. What the fuck? I stood there unmoving. My head still tilted in the direction I'd been hit. It didn't hurt at all. What the hell? I don't think that anyone scolded you, Keiichi-kun. So scold you in their place, okay? What the hell? I pressed a hand to my cheek. Now one with embarrassment, and quietly stared down at Reina's feet. The pair just just turn around the walk right there and just see Reina slap him like, what are you doing to our son? Going somewhere you're not allowed to go was a very bad thing to do. I mean, I guess I understand like why the sentiment's still here because I'm eavesdropping. Bad. Don't you dare do it. Like that's a common trope in these kind of stories. So this as well, I guess, but still. Do you understand that? Uh-huh. Answer me with a yes, Keiichi-kun. Yes, ma'am. Also, what's even worse, you didn't even admit to having done something so bad. Aloud. You should never do anything bad in the first place. Not admitting to it or apologizing for it is much, much worse. Well, I kind of agreed to the second part of, like, apologizing or just trying to tone, but, like, never do anything bad? It, like, just depends on the circumstances. That's my moral gray stance. Yes, I was wrong. For a few moments, Reina stared at me, silently and intently, as if gauging my remorse. Then finally, the tension in her face softened, and she smiled. She read your thoughts, even though she should have read your thoughts before that you already were atoning for these sins, apparently. If everyone keeps bringing up the fact that you can read your thoughts, of course they should know you feel so bad about it. They should know from the very beginning. Okay then, it's about time. I should be going. Alright. Be sure to give the notice to your mom, okay? Also, warn her not to go out to pass it on after it gets dark. You only have one flyer or something like that? Why just give it to why do you only give one and just like ask to everyone go around to your neighbors and just like give this notice to them. Just go around like with a group and just hand them out to everyone. Like the whole town council together or something like that. Or the mail. I bent down to pick up the notice, which had dropped when she slapped me. It must be a powerful slap. The pages had come out of the class were now making a mess on the floor. I gathered them up one by one. My hand stopped at a single, more lighthearted page, with peaceful sentences dancing on it. Peaceful? We still have plenty of homemade soy sauce in stock. Feel free to come to the Sonozaki house if you want. My next question is literally just, how far away is the Sonozaki house from Rika's house, honestly? What is this? I picked up the page and scanned the rest of it. Reina? My next question is, after you've made the whole theory up, and you read through this entire notice, you told us that Keiichi, you read through all these notices, just from how you implied it, why didn't you pick up on this then? They were stockpiling high-quality soy sauce they got from faraway relatives in the Akita prefecture. They had gotten a big shipment recently. They couldn't use it all, so they wanted anyone who wanted some of it to feel free to come over, is what it said. We'll give you 1 bottle of soy sauce for 1 drop of blood from you. It's a blood drive now. As a PS, it said it arrived in barrels, and to please bring a 2-liter bottle or other container for it. I'd never heard of any condiment being brought in barrels like that. I mean, I've seen shipments for soda syrup and all that, and come in boxes and little liquid bags inside those boxes. But barrels? That's new. That's how it tied together. If you need soy sauce, then you would go to the Sonozaki house. Reina, did you know all along? Oh yeah, of course she does. Yeah, I knew. Reina had already been suspicious of Mion as soon as she noticed that the big bottle of soy sauce was missing. And just from chapter 1, it's now weird to consider literally just wait, the fact that she didn't try to hide the paper itself out of the stack of papers and notices, now I'm weirded out all over again. I'm just going back to Lily, just like maybe in chapter 1, like Lily just Mion just like maybe manipulated her through all that, but like it doesn't make sense because Reina definitely saw Keiichi go to the police car and say like talking alone to him. So like there's not that, but you're completely normal here. It's weird. Mika-chan had taken the bottle and gone to Mion's house, and there she was erased. Mika-chan wasn't coming back, so Sadako called Mion's house since she knew where she had gone, and then Sadako got called there as well. That meeting the day the mayor disappeared, didn't Oishi-san say the 3 families participated in it? Yeah, they were always in close proximity. The 3 families would include a Sonozaki family. Didn't he also say the current leader was really old, so her heir, Mion, frequently stood in her at public appearances? I'm not trying to think, like, don't reveal any of this, like, at all. Like, don't even hint or imply it now. Just, like, anyone in the comments, it's like, I'm just wondering now if, like, each chapter is really just what-if scenarios, like, like, things that could have happened instead of, like, you know, chapter 1, or, like, I guess here, chapter 2. Or literally there's some butterfly effect thing going on, where Keiichi did something different that coincides to this whole thing. Or literally just, things happen outside of Keiichi's control. And, like, even nothing he would have done would change what had happened. Even in smaller, minute ways. That, like, even just going down the street or something like that, just, like... These are just completely just unrelated, just hijinks that could have happened in Hinamizawa. When this all could have happened before the festival. Didn't he also say that the current leader was really old? So her heir, Mion, frequently stood in for her at the public appearances? Well, apparently except for the festival, because they all went together at the sunset. While the mayor was turning from the shrine, Mion called out and stopped him. She talked to him and invited him to their house, and then she made him disappear. It was probably even simpler to make Shion disappear. Shion was part of the Sonozaki family. Favorite character so far, why? They probably knew exactly what she was doing at all times. I'm sure they even knew her part-time job schedule, too. Yeah. Thinking back, wasn't that Angel Mort store managed by the Sonozaki family? So they'd been ambushed for her there. Wouldn't have been any trouble at all. So even if she went back to her home or even went to, like, her job, even if she, like, lied then, because, like, when we call it, when Shion called on the phone, quote-unquote, on the phone that night, she basically said, oh, that was a lie, I was just being out. Even if that was true, the real Shion went to work, it would have still been just as easy. Oh boy. I'm going to Mion. Oh my god. I'll go apologize. You're bringing about your own death. I'm going to have her put an end to everything. Mion probably won't forgive me easily, but I'll go and ask her, not to sacrifice anyone else. Keiichi, you're not thinking about this properly. This is literally just a weird thing of just, why would she kill, or just, like, the whole Yakuza family, like, erase everyone involved just because a small taboo? Literally just because, oh, you did one small transgression, death, that's literally it? Then explain the mayor and Rika then. And Sadako, by that extension. This is not a simple thing as the 4 of you breaking a rule, a law, and, you know, getting punished for it. This is way bigger than that now. With that decided, there's no need for me to be lazing around here. Mom, Dad, I'm gonna go to Yakuza place and get killed. What was that? Oh, I'm just going to a friend's house. Don't worry, bye. I put on my shoes and slipped past Reina to exit the house. When she stopped me. I'm going too. Reina, shouldn't you go to school? This is way more important than school. Reina, you shouldn't come. If you get wrapped up in this too, then I think I might actually go crazy. She didn't move her arm, which is blocking my way. If Keiichi-kun disappeared as well, I think I might actually go crazy too. Just imagine like having to play the try to be normal after like your group of friends or something to start going missing. Half of them went missing, and then you realize, oh shit, my best friend is the reason why they went missing. Oh my lord. So I won't let you go alone. She argued boldly, as tears welled up in her eyes. I saw them, and I knew the strength of her resolve. Alright, let's go. Thank you, Reina. She nodded slightly, but firmly, and finally let down the arm blocking me. Are you gonna tell your parents? Let's go. To Mion's house. Reika, don't... like... Wait, did I mix up Reina's and Rika's name? God, no! I did Rika. No! Are you not gonna bring up and tell us to Keiichi's parents you did it so when Rika went missing? I'll apologize. The crimes I committed. The one singular crime. Then we'll put an end to these twisted days. Deadly life incoming. After that, I'll pray. And then once more, we can return to those fun, lively days. I don't think you can go back to being that kind of way with Mion, especially if he threatened you several times. It's one thing if like a friend like the only thing I can think of in this situation, trying to like think of some other good way of only how this should go back to normal, is you found out your friend killed someone and you found out they deserved it, or like literally just kill someone who's completely unrelated, but they're completely and utterly normal to you no matter what, even though things have happened. They're never thoughtful to you. They never aggressively go after you, or like the very second yeah, and all that. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna be happening, especially since again your friend group has been going down too because all this. I don't think this is gonna go well, even going back to those normal days anymore. Never again. Never trust her again. And this is still going along with the fact that Reina is part of the Yakuza anyway. No, Mion. Mixing up names now, god damn it. Because even before then, she was fine. At least pretend to be fine, I'm guessing, is the better way to put it for now. With Reina following me, I left the house, and your parents, never found out you were never in your room this whole time. In front of the house, there was a car waiting. Give Keiichi's goddamn bike back, you. It was Oishi-san. Hey, good morning, Maebara-san. D2, Ryugo-san. You got this so early in the morning? You make me jealous. It's school time. What do you mean? What a truly praiseworthy man he was, if he had been lying in wait so early in the morning just to pressure me into talking. On this morning, though, maybe this is actually a good opportunity. You're from the police. Step back. Oh, I'm gonna introduce myself to you, Ryugo-san. You just, the two of you just talked, just very roundaboutly when Keiichi took a sleep. Please excuse my rudeness. My name is Oishi, from the Okinomiya Police Department. Pleased to meet you. Are we telling Oishi-san? Yeah. I think my palm is enough punishment for your crime, Keiichi-kun, but yes, my palm is enough for you breaking into a place and just looking at things. That's crime enough. That's punishment enough for you. My god. I think literally just him, just internally just killing himself inside is just enough at this point. And you already know he's been doing that. Again, mind-reading thing, but still. We should leave Michan to these people. Pain and sadness. Look down at those emotions build up my heart. Just we think our friend Mion has something to do with this. Can you go to their house while we go to school? Listen to tell you, Oishi-san. Well now, what about? Should we stand here and talk? Or go into the car? In the car, please. Unless they put a fucking wiretap in the police car. I only continue to look down weakly. All I could do was to be thankful. for how dependable Reina was. You didn't tell Keiichi's parents, though. This is gonna go bad. You're being slightly less dependable, Reina. No. You're literally doing one thing but not the other. Oh my god. I think this is a ploy. Reina's urging revealed everything to Oishi-san. The latter, while making sure to throw in murmurs that he was paying attention every now and then, took notes. We continued that way for a while. How do you feel? Do you feel a lot better now that you told me? Oishi-san asked this while scratching his head with his ballpoint pen. Of course I don't feel better. The price that had been paid up until now for me not owning up to my crimes had been so immense. Again, don't feel that way, honestly. I don't want to keep repeating myself like this. But as long as that payment hasn't returned, the load on my chest could never be removed. His radio started to emit static. This is Kuma guy. Oishi-san, over. Yes, hello. This is Oishi. We got news from a few minutes ago that she's been absent from school. No movement in the Sonozaki house. Our target is still in the premises. Yes, good. Keep a close watch out. Roger that. Relief for 3 and 7 just arrived, and have returned to base. Also looks like the division chief is looking for you, Oishi-san. He's bugging me too. I tell him as soon as I get in touch with you. What do you want me to do? If you're hard pressed for an answer, tell him you're actually under orders to wake me from my morning nap. Got it. The radio went silent. Sorry about that. It was about work. He just said there was no moon at Sonozaki house, didn't he? You're keeping tabs, my friend! Oh my. Did it sound like that to you? Oh, don't be fucking coy now. Oh, this won't do. Please keep that secret, alright? Oh, is that what it sounded like to you? Well, you know too much. Strangle. I don't have permission from the division chief to making private inquiries like this. Oishi-san had suspected me on for a long time. It makes sense. Nor for questioning witnesses or for searching houses. We don't have permission for anything, really. The Sonozaki house's defense is said to protect the family members are also in full working condition. So who is this, I guess, person guest bait that you mentioned when we were like listening to the mahjong thing in the tip section? Without a warrant, we can't do anything about anything. Unless the crime happens right in front of us. Oishi-san, could you be... Raised in a voice alone so to make her spite clear, she stared at Oishi-san. You can't set foot in that Sonozaki house. We're trying to get Keiichi-kun to go in there instead? Reina, that's... What do you mean? This person... Just I thought he plays really dirty. Oh, stop it. You're hurting my reputation. That's in all years your explanation, okay? He lit a cigarette and responded to Reina, wearing an expression implying he was calm and wanted to let her comment slide. You can't get a warrant, but you've always had your eyes on Michan because you said she was suspicious. Yes? You plotted to incite Keiichi-kun to have him go to the Sonozaki house. Then if something were to happen to him, you would have used that as an excuse to go in. Yeah... Isn't that right? I only understood what half of what Reina was saying. You don't know, like, tactical espionage? My gosh, Keiichi, you should, like, watch more action shows. I knew, however, that Oishi-san had been trying to use me. Even if Keiichi-kun got hurt as a result... Have you no shame? Is this how the police do things now? My, it seems we have an incredible detective on our hands. Oh my, oh my. Would you be interested in taking our exam? I gladly write a recommendation letter to get you into the detective division. You're despicable. She spoke quietly, her words dripping with hostility. I've been insulted in all kinds of ways in my life, but 1 or 2 words from a young girl is always the roughest for me. Oh yeah, it's basically the whole thing. Just wrong. I pressed the button. Just a little kid just walking up to you, just like says, "You look funny, mister. You're pretty fat." just like insulting you. You can't really do anything about it because they're speaking completely honestly, no matter what. How do you react when a kid just comes up to insult you then like that? Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? Even so, I suppose I should thank you for not arresting Michan yet. Don't mention it. He seemed to be enjoying his exchange with Reina, Look, like, she's way better to talk to, apparently, than you, Keiichi. The things this man thought were like a swamp could barely see past the surface. The muck on the top. It reminded me again of how much I disliked him. Now then, as two esteemed friends of me and Sonozaki-san, what do you plan on doing now? School. We're going back to school. You handle this yourself, policeman. Will you wait kindly for me to go over the evidence and request a warrant? No. We won't wait for that. We'll go and make Michan surrender herself. How is that going to work? I don't think this is a good idea. That's right. If she turned herself in rather than be arrested, she might get a lighter sentence. At this point, perhaps that was the only pity you can find in me to afford her. I see. I see. Wonder if it will go that well. If you're careless, you two may face danger, you know. Careless? They're walking into a Yakuza household. They're already in danger. They already will be in danger. What do you mean you will maybe face danger? Only someone's measuring her resolve. So in a strong voice, I declared, "We're fully prepared." We're fully prepared. Oishi-san gave us an unpleasant, yet seemingly satisfied grin. Just voice cracking. It was then I realized this man was trying to use us for his own convenience. Keiichi, Reina just mentioned that. If anything should happen to us, use that as an excuse. My greatest hope is that you will surround the place so the criminal can't get away. Ryugu-san, you're good at negotiating too. I'm throwing in the towel. I surrender. But what are you talking about? If the policemen surround Michan's house, then that'll be insurance for the worst case scenario then. For the worst case. Plus, it will be another way of pressuring Mion to give herself up, wouldn't it? I'm trying to think of like how else this goes, like whether if she truly is a criminal or not. Like trying to think of like other last minute twists or anything like that, because it feels weird to like make everything like have a lot of them like tied up loose end to the end of it. Like of course like explaining things that happened in a specific route, like things that are uniquely tied to it, into a certain like chapter or focus or story. But like still leave like open-ended mysteries still left open. I'm trying to think if there's anything like that so far, and I can't think of anything. It feels like everything's being slowly just resolved so neatly. It would be another way of pressuring Mion to give herself up, wouldn't it? Wouldn't her grandma maybe do something about that? Ah, Oshida Kuma-chan. Oshida Kuma-chan. This is Kumagai. Go ahead. Our two friends are going to play at the Sonozaki house. Make arrangements so that we can reinforce them if needed. Roger. Zzz, over. Their altogether too short conversation implied that our questioning was already a part of their plans. Everything's going to plan. We're being manipulated all over again. Man, that's the only thing that gets under my skin a lot. Just cold-hearted manipulation every single time. Every single time gets me irrationally angry. Almost every time. Again. Oh god, I was so upset when going through the second chapter of V3. I don't even need to say anything else if you know what it is or happens. God damn it. Man, I got so mad. But let's get going. Want to buy some tea biscuits on the way there? You want to buy some cookies before you go in and die? Give the cookies over to Mion and like play some house together or something like that. Play house at her house. Oh my god, just the way how it sounded from they're gonna go over to Mion's house to play. Neither Reina nor I went along with Oishi-san's stupid joke. Look, follow a joke around in your heart of hearts. Well, the plan's being going along quote unquote smoothly. I wonder what our house looks like. That is not what our house looks like. Actually, sounds like the card the place where you always waited for me on. What even is this place actually? Is this someone else's house or like it looks too small for that? Maybe a shed. Come think of it, I've never been to Mion's house before. No, you haven't been to Reina's house. Well, you already know where Reina's house is, technically speaking, but I don't think you've ever been there, have you? Or you haven't even been to any of your friends' houses? Eh. I've only heard that's right down this road. This is as far as I can take you. According to our information, there are quite a few security cameras set up on the premises. Still, don't worry. I got a bunch of youngsters ready and waiting to slip past them and go. we have young kids like you who are going in. Oh my god, those two kids that that Keiichi actually befriended, they're secret police officers in disguise. They recruit them at such a young age. Oh my god. We'll be monitoring the inside with a one-way mic, so if you two give a loud scream, we'll know right away. We'll persuade her for sure, so please be ready for her to turn herself in. Reina, by this point, you're probably gonna be the one who has to, like, negotiate everything like this. In this chapter anyway, since I'm, you in nice mode, so, In both her eyes was determination. It was the only method available to us for lightening the sins of our good friend. Be careful, you hear? I really don't believe it right now, but I don't want you two being sacrificed if at all possible. Especially not a ritual knife. You're right about that. With that rude response, we left the car. The clinging humidity and voices of the cicadas grated us. I never expected this would be happening today. Your parents still don't know you're doing this, you're gonna die! Let's go. Keiichi-kun. Making it sound like it's a final climactic action battle scene. Reina took the lead and began to walk. Down the road I'd never been. Reina, you've been to Mion's house before, right? Yeah. A few times. It's a really big house. You could fit a mountain in their backyard too. You can pick mushrooms and stuff, though there aren't fences everywhere. Like, how big those fences go all around the mountain. Big enough to fit a mountain. That was amazing. Well, this means if you get set loose into their backyard and you're running away from them, you're gonna be stuck. One of the three families controlling Hinamizawa, and the head family of the Sonozaki clan. Perhaps there was something to be said about its magnitude. Oh, nice. The path continued onward, level and uneventful. There are metal fences along its edges, and beyond them were woods with trees growing thickly. I can just imagine there's already security cameras playing in the trees and it's like that. It's like my two friends are slowly coming in. Plan A is being activated. Go along with Plan B now. The fences were high. The tops of them bent inwards, sticking out like sharp spears. Plus, there was a dangerous-looking barbed wire wrapping them. No one could look at them and not feel intimidated. In addition, there were signboards hung up here and there along the fence. Private property of the Sonozaki family, entrance forbidden. Beware of venomous snakes. Active security cameras. Insurers will be charged an entry fee of 1 million yen. This forest, or should I say mountain, is this all their yard? It's more like their domain. That's not ominous at all. Thank you for that wording. As you can see, it's private property, but nobody maintains it. So they just let the wilderness grow? Oh my gosh, that's irresponsible. This is their yard. They should take care of it more. Get someone the job to prune it, like, you know, mow the grass and everything like that. The forest isn't really the kind that you can go hiking in. Oh, it's that dense. If I could say that again. It would just feel like a neglected, savage woodland. It was dark and damp. It's certainly not a forest that made you want to go for a nice walk. Unless you have a death wish, apparently. Just all the sharp bushes and spiked edges, the branches and everything reaching out to try to grab you and pull you in. Maybe that's just what happens when a landowner has too much land. Like Oishi-san said, there were security cameras hung up all around the place. Though they had been weathered by wind and rain, casting doubt as to whether they were even functional. I wonder if Mion is watching us as we come to her. I don't think she is. The only people living in Michan's house are generally her and her grandma, after all. There's nobody to watch the cameras. How many times have you gone into the house just to find out about that? What a useless security system. Is it just security theater? Well, Michan's father seems like a pretty tough person to get along with. So whenever everyone in the family's getting together, the cameras are apparently working properly. Oh, that's right. Mian's father, he was a big shot Yakuza, wasn't he? But, like, wasn't, like, I thought, like, based on how the whole thing goes, like, it's the daughter? I guess the heir, I guess, gets it? But I thought Mian's mom got it. Like, got the political power, though. That's what implied, anyway. Why is it now shifted to the father? Did I misread something? Like, Mian's grandmother disowned them? So, like, okay. Reina smoothly danced around the answer as she explained. Oh, nice. At last, a huge gate, as big as I imagined, appeared. Was she living by herself with her grandmother, in a house with such a grand gateway? I wonder if she's here. Beep. The other buzzer made a dull sound. Was it cut off in the middle and not getting to the house? Waited long enough without a response from me to start thinking like that. Reina, you better have something planned to talk to her. Please, please. However, we finally heard footsteps walking through gravel on the other side of the gate. I nervously balled my hands, my palms now sweating, into fists. There was a clang of a bolt being released, and the gate opened slightly. The person peeking out of the gap was none other than Mian. Well, this is unusual. Aren't you two going to school? Mian didn't seem all that surprised at visitors arriving in the morning, which wasn't a normal time. In fact, she almost seemed relaxed, as she knew we were coming beforehand. She knows everything. She knows we're onto her. We stayed home today. Keiichi is one thing, but you too, Reina? You two are such troublemakers. Mian smiled lightly, the way that Mian we knew always did. She's good at actings. Probably way more than Xian anyway. Well, let's not just stand here. Come on in. My god, wasn't Keiichi the one who suggested like Xian was a better actor? My god, no, screw that, Keiichi. Xian was just acting by herself. She was acting herself, anything else. God damn it, you. She gestured for us to follow her. I hesitated for a moment, looking at Reina. Let's go. Reina smiled cheerfully, as if she were passing through the gate of a good friend's house, and then did just that. I rally myself up, and then go through the gate too.